Hello.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Now it's working. Let's see if I can do.
Hello.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. God damn it, my content. Well, are you ready for the new intro? Here we
Let's go. Nasty.
Right?
Woo! So everyone who's listening to this, how about the new fucking intro, huh? Nice. Dun 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 dun. It's about to get nasty up in here.
Breakdown or not? Is it?
It's coming back! It's coming back! It's coming back!
Cheers, everybody. More people watching. Like and subscribe. Thanks for the show. 15 seconds.
Or just do like Cody Tucker. Don't even watch this. Which I want to get into that as soon as this starts up. Probably like my favorite episode of Rogan as of late because I've been getting boring. That's right. Welcome, dumbfounded dipshits.
Did you
I'm
say
Ryan.
Rogan's getting boring? Whoa. That's
And that's Mike. No, I mean some of his episodes have been boring as of late. As of late, I said as of late.
He had the expert on remote viewing on or something, and like that episode, it was good, but it was extremely fucking boring.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people are using that episode as a sleep fan. Like they just put that on and just go to sleep to it. You know, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's the guest that he has on. He's really intrigued by them. But it's his show, and the thing is, he's going to do his fucking thing. What's up, Hiddleston? So, like, he had Cody Tucker on. You know who Cody Tucker is? We've shared a few of his weird facts shorts that we reacted to some like new info. He's like sort of a heavy set guy with a beard. He wears a bandana. Sometimes he interviews porn stars on his podcast. But he's a really cool guy, chill dude from Texas. But he always has these fun facts at the end of every episode, and that's why his shorts got, or his TikToks, his reels, all of his short videos got popular because his weird historical facts are actually pretty dope, most of them. I probably shared a few of them on our backlog, but I'm just saying, like, I watched that episode recently, listened/watched, and it was at least intriguing because the kid is like regular Joe kind of dude, average, like regular guy, but who has like a talent for the, you know,
Interesting.
the interesting facts of the past, which is, I think, pretty cool. Intrigues me, And he said at the beginning of the podcast, which is what I'm saying, he said, don't watch. We do a long form. No one really watches it. No one really subscribes to that. Everybody watches the shorts.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
but what his point is that he knows that it's too long. And, for some people, right? And he's like, I do it for myself. I don't do it. And this is why we're here. We're pretty much here, like, hey, listen, we love you guys. You know what I mean? And we love everybody who watches us.
No, we don't.
But there's no obligation to fucking watch this shit. And nor should you just, like, be fucking... Is. No, there's an obligation.
Listen,
there's an obligation to rewatch episodes after you watch the shorts. And I think that method is probably the best.
If you hate us, you have to watch our show.
No, if you hate us, you have to honestly watch the whole show.
If you love us, don't watch our show.
Don't watch our show.
If you hate us, watch our show.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you, the philosophy just resonates with me. I don't know.
Should we talk about the drama? I want
to get into that because I don't jump into drama. You know me. I leave the drama to you. I let you take care of the drama. But I felt like I just needed to tag. I feel like I needed to, be the, the tag team in that one and jump in and make a lot of nonsense.
But what annoyed me about the whole nonsense is he does the same thing we do, but his takes are shit. But so is ours. So I mean, it's all shit.
I mean, whatever. Everybody's taking shit, dude. And I was just like, I was fooled on a couple of curveballs, and I'm like, do you really believe it? Like in what you're talking about? But my whole issue, this is what I take issue with. I don't care about talking about what fart, what this, what that, right? Any topic, do not care, right? But some topics are sort of played, and you see, we move on. Because it's all about the Pakistan-India war right now. We move on, right? We're here in the now. We live in the now. We're so dumb and we're so dipshitish that we just live for now. And what's important now? Let's talk about what's happening now. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a shit about fucking, swimmers with dicks,
It's the same thing with the whole thing with India and Pakistan is like the same bullshit that goes on with Israel and Palestine. Well, not exactly the same. It's a little more complicated than that.
Actually, it is. It's crazy. Have you read back on any of this shit? It's like
I watched a few YouTube videos. That makes me an expert now on the subject. So,
well, it's like it's the Crash Community College YouTube course on the India-Pakistan war.
Yes, and I firmly believe I'm an expert now, and I'm qualified to talk about it.
Let's hear your hot take. What's up? What's going on?
I kind of go with. I think I support India more than Pakistan.
Ooh, tell why.
It's mainly because I think their food tastes better.
I can't say I've ever had Pakistani food.
I have. It was good.
Okay.
It's just a little tiki masala, a little chana masala. It tastes better than but the rice, the Pakistani rice I had more options.
Okay.
So like it was.
They're closer to the Middle East, so they'll go a little bit more eclectic with the spices and the flavors and stuff like that.
The Afghan food I've had was very similar to the Pakistan food.
Yeah. Do you know? Okay, hold on a second. Check this out. Fun fact: Pakistan is an acronym for the surrounding states.
Wait, really?
Yes. That create the state of Pakistan. So Afghanistan, the A in Pakistan stands for Afghanistan. So technically, yeah, all right. So do you know how this whole thing went, right? Colonial British, right? Had the whole area, and pretty much the India area encompassed all the lands from the mountains of Afghanistan into Bangladesh and into almost Indochina. But the thing is, they stopped where like the river delta is in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is very similar to India. And then, as you go across, from Bangladesh to Pakistan, it's sort of just a deviation off the same culture that just branched off and had a whole bunch of religions mixed in with it. So it's like, they had Hindu from way, way back when, right? But then you had also, The Sikhs, who I think spun off of Hinduism, I think they maybe had their own deity. I'm not sure if, well, I don't know if it's because this is as deep as a dipshit as I know. I just know Kali Ma, like from fucking Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, when he rips the guy's heart out. I think they're supposed to be like a Sikh cult in the movie.
Wow.
And then the Muzzies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The Muzzies came from out west. Well, they're the Westerners in this situation, and they came in and invaded out west, and then forced fucking conversions on everybody in the mountains up there, and were only stopped by the terrain. And what? Now, do you see where Islam ends? There is exactly where Alexander the Great stopped. You couldn't. It was just too dense forest. You getting diseases. Elephants were coming out of nowhere and just like fucking.
Elephants were coming out of nowhere.
They were just like tigers. Nobody wanted to fucking go past that because there was like a barrier, like a real fucking biological fucking like woodland barrier that fucking prevented anyone else from wanting to go in. So that's why Pakistan is Pakistan, because the Muslims stopped there. Now there are Muslims in Kashmir, and the reason why they're fucking fighting now is because of sweaters.
Is that really what it is?
What else comes from Kashmir? What else comes from Kashmir? Do you know? Cinnamon, maybe?
Really? I don't even know what cashmere is, man. Is it a plant? What the fuck is it?
It's a sweater. It's a fabric.
No, I know, but what's it made out of? It's
I don't know, like some kind of goat from like the Kashmir region. I don't know. I don't think it's textile, like it's like cotton or anything like that.
What is cashmere?
It's a fabric.
It would help if I could smell it. Smell it, right? So if I'm made from fine undercoated cashmere. Goats. It's made from goats. Yep.
Yeah, so all right, so it's from their region.
Wait, it's made from goats.
But they do something to it.
And Muslim people, not in a literal sense, because this isn't true, it's a racist thing, are known to be fuck goats.
So no, listen, there are many a culture of hill dwelling people who have fucked a goat here.
Well, I would think I told a story about the guy, a friend of mine who was in the Israeli Defense Force, who
caught the guy fucking before he sniped him.
Yeah.
That shit happens.
In hindsight, that was probably the wrong thing to do, but I guess it is illegal. But
bestiality, I don't think is a capital crime in the United States, though. But I guess in a theater of war,
in the theater of he wasn't at war. He was just on post in the desert.
Same. So
tomato.
Yeah. So So it comes from that, and that's the only thing that I know of significance that is famous that comes from there. So I just say they're fighting over sweaters because it's like, all right, it's land, right? And land is power, right? Population is power. So taking over the population of that. And I think technically, if you look at your globe, I think India has Kashmir already.
I think so too.
Right? And Pakistan wants it back. And now Pakistan just wants to start hurling fucking rockets. Is that what's up?
From what I saw based on the YouTube video I watched, which made me an expert, every time there was a conflict, Pakistan had started it. Now
they instigated.
Yeah, okay. they had instigated. That's according to one YouTube channel where the guy talking is from India, so I believe him.
He's got to be 100% then.
Yeah, 7 people watching. Like, subscribe. We're on Rumble. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. If you're a liberal, definitely don't subscribe. I'm kidding. It's a joke. If you're a conservative, definitely don't subscribe. I'm kidding. I'm going to cut a reel into that and say I just hate everybody.
Oh, we could have like the Typo Negative song over it. We hate everyone.
Well, that's the best way to go.
The opening line is right wing commie, leftist Nazi. You know what I mean? I'm like, and that's the whole song. And this song came out in 1994.
It's fucking old. That's what I'm saying. It's been going on forever with left and right and this bullshit. And also, you're a communist and you're this and that, and everyone just left who was watching because we talk politics.
I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of artists, like, from, like, the 70s, 80s, 90s, like, that were just sort of had a lot of foresight to just, like, how things would end up. And the problem is that half these people are dead who made this music. You know what I mean? So they'll never get to see their art come to life.
All right, let's see what this video is about. We'll jump right into some videos because
We have a lot. Dude, this is going to be a reaction episode. This is going to be we're going to go an hour and a half and just react to all of the shit that we've been meaning to react for the last backlog of probably over 2 weeks, right?
Yes. And so also I wanted to explain, before we get to this video, I want to say to you, I'm going to try to lay off the politics for a while.
Yeah, it's a little lame. It's boomerish.
Not even that's boomerish, because the people I'm arguing with aren't boomers. They're fucking 12-year-olds with
more energy.
I got plenty of energy, bro. I'm almost 40. I think I got more energy than fucking 20-year-olds. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, but I just feel like
I'm also on 25,000 supplements, and
it keeps him alive. It keeps me alive. I'm living off of vitamin shoppy.
But I want to focus on being funny. So if I have some funny commentary regarding something political, I'll do it. But I'm not going to give opinions anymore because they take my opinions too seriously. Like, the guy wanted to debate us. I'm like, how are you going to debate us when we don't give a shit?
Yeah, I have nothing to debate, dude.
It was so stupid.
Do not care.
Yeah, let's get back to the racist videos.
White people or black people? Are you ready to play?
Yes, I would love to play that here.
Okay.
Oh, good timing. Yeah. New Orleans in a alley. Yeah. Let's get racist. Yeah, good call.
Grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, that's BPS.
No, I don't, bro.
No, it's not.
I think that's universal.
Because y'all don't make it right.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, see.
Was it?
Oh, I clicked the button. No.
White people.
Sorry, go.
It's not BPS. That's not BP. It's not black people. That's not at all. That's Downs people shit.
No. It is BPS. No. It is BPS.
The grilled cheese. I was raised on grilled cheese sandwiches.
Hold on, Ryan.
And I'm pink.
BPS. It is BPS. Broke people shit.
Oh, broke people shit. There you go.
You might say black people shit.
Yeah, but you could use it.
And that's broke people shit. I grew up on grilled cheese. My wife grew up on grilled cheese, and her grandmother told her grilled cheese was you take the cheese sandwich and you put it in the fucking microwave. That's how broke they were. Couldn't even pan fry it.
Ooh, damn, that comes out gummy. You got to actually chew that like gum.
See, I used to do that when I was a kid. I would take the cheese sandwich and throw it in the microwave, but I would never call it a grilled cheese. I called it a melted cheese sandwich. Yeah. And it was on the cheapest fucking bread you can buy, too. It was like store brand bread. That's how broke we were.
Ugh. God damn, that's when the crust actually turns to fucking like rubber cement. But it's like,
all right, let's see them argue.
People or black people? Are you ready to play?
Yes, I would love to play that here.
Okay.
Oh, good timing. Yeah. New Orleans in a alley. Yeah. Let's get racist. Good call.
Grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, that's BPS.
I don't, bro.
I think that's universal.
Because y'all don't make it right.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, see? Now
tell us
you're allowed to say nasty things about us.
You gotta.
I get to say nasty things back, for the record. Well, white people also get tomato soup with it.
See, no,
do you guys get tomato soup?
Yeah, do you dip your grilled cheese?
No, you got to get tomato soup.
We can't afford no goddamn tomato soup.
The whites are fired up.
The whites are fired up.
And Shaq said the whites are fired up. Shaq said they couldn't afford tomato soup. That's bullshit. Because back in the day when he was a kid, even when I was a kid, that shit was 50 cents a can for the small can. Fucking can. You pour that shit and you dip the fuck. But I didn't grow up with that either. I never had to. I Shaq.
That's what we had. My mom used to get stacks of that condensed soup and just like fucking.
Yeah, I never had that shit. Yeah. I had to eat my grilled cheese just by itself. Although my grandmother would, if I asked for bacon and they happen to have bacon, they'd make grilled cheese with bacon. But that was like once in a while thing when she like on payday or something. And my grandma worked for the school system. She was in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
And I don't want to actually dox anybody. Not dox them. That was something.
What's the statute of limitations? Was it a crime committed?
Probably.
Okay, so hold on. Before you say anything, you get the breaks. We got to skip this.
Let's just say.
How long was this? Because if it's over 30 years ago, you might be able to just say it.
It is over 30.
So you might be all right. I mean, you're still taking a shot in the dark, but you could probably say what happened.
You know, when you were in school, they had the fried fish sandwich, but it had the cheese inside the breading. It was like inside.
In the crust. Yes.
So while you guys were enjoying that in school, I was enjoying it at home on the weekends.
You got them. She brought them home.
Yes.
Nice. The reason why is because they probably didn't fly off those fucking shelves, and she had an excess of them.
So like, yeah,
I like them.
I won't say I grew up poor, but I grew up in a house with my entire family.
Yeah, so you guys had to be frugal about shit, dude. That was the same thing with my house.
No one they all had full-time jobs, but no one had good jobs.
Yeah.
Like a cook in a school in New York City doesn't make a lot of money. I
No,
think my dad
no.
at the time was a janitor in a school, but not even in the union, which now they get paid $20 an hour, but then they were fucking
My buddy Anthony's mom was a lunch lady, and she was fucking awesome. Like she was like one of the best like friend moms. You know what I mean?
Isn't the dude from Bay Ridge we kind of know was a lunch lady? Well, lunch guy.
He worked as a lunch dude, a lunch bro.
Yeah.
He was a lunch bro.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I think he was handling the trays more than the food, probably.
I mean, it's not. They're not really cooking. They're not real. Even the people who are cooking are not real. Well, no, my grandma didn't have to make stuff from scratch.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff was oven ready.
Yeah.
Like, so you just be able to throw tray in the oven.
Giant, yep.
Mm-hmm. And they're big. Those ovens are huge. I remember in elementary school, the lunch counter didn't really have like a lot of like plexiglass like they do now. Like they have like the whole jammy jam, and it actually looks like a fucking like like a food court. But back in the day, it was very institutional, and you could see right in. Those fucking ovens, it's like when you see a pizzeria in New York, obviously you see like big oven, runs across the wall, maybe two side by side. This thing was the whole fucking wall was a fucking pizza oven.
You look like Notorious.
God damn it.
White people.
I keep skipping. All right. We're muting you to get to the point. You can keep talking. I'm just getting back to where it was.
Yeah.
I want to hear the rest of it.
Putting him on the spot. Do you think they actually put him on the spot with Shaq in front of this audience?
Absolutely. I would put him on the spot. He's hilarious.
Sandwiches.
Oh, that's BPS.
I don't, bro.
I think that's universal.
I think Shaq was being not racist. That's the right word. I like Shaq.
Shaq could be as racist as he wants to be. I think Shaq should just let his racist fucking car fly.
I think he is. He's not like he's very intelligent. He's not. And yes, I do believe racism comes from lack of intelligence.
Shaq is like a modern day 7-foot Jesus. Like this guy, like
he's the man.
He's not. There's unless he's so savvy as to get rid of all the video evidence of him being nasty to people. Anytime I've ever seen him be like sort of like what the fuck has been completely justified.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
all been somebody else stepping out of line and him being like what like. But to just everybody who's like, I love you, Shaq, Mr. O'Neal. Yeah. He is a fucking angel, that guy. And he's got his hands in everything. He's got to be the in history. I'm telling you this. 100 fucking years from now, we all talk about this Rockefeller guy from 100 years ago. You're going to talk about the Shaquille O'Neal guy that started out as an athlete and somehow ended up being the fucking most prolific businessman in American history that isn't some sort of a hedge fund executive like Warren Buffett. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What do you think his net worth is?
He's got to be in the triple-digit millions. I mean, I don't think he's a billionaire yet, right? But he's going to
million.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's his personal net worth. His value to every brand he touches, if you say he's responsible for probably $10 billion of just revenue in general. Across like Papa John's, this, that, the other thing. He did a commercial.
Papa John's.
Yeah, but I think he owns a piece of that. And he dips his foot in like every single pond. You know what I mean? Shaq touches everything, and he's successful at doing it too.
Correct.
Sorry.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, see? Now
Tell
you're
us
allowed
how
to
to
say
make it.
nasty things about us.
You gotta
I get to say nasty things back, for the record. Well, white people also get tomato soup with it.
save. No,
Do you guys get tomato soup?
Yeah,
We can't
dip your
afford no
grilled
goddamn-
No, you got to get
I like the tomato soup.
No, I didn't get it though. I would get another
I didn't
soup.
get it either.
I would opt for chicken noodle, or I would.
I didn't get any soup. I didn't get any soup.
No
I didn't even know it was a thing until my wife was like, "Hey, you want tomato soup with your grilled cheese?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You dip it in." I go, "What? That sounds gross." She goes, "Just try it." I go,
Nah, it's the shit.
"Oh my fucking god!"
It's shit. Yeah. I would dip my grilled cheese into a chicken
That
noodle
sounds
soup.
good too because
Yeah,
that's so
Soup.
We can't afford no goddamn
God, yeah,
tomato
the whites are fired up.
Yeah, they're right.
Tomato
Yeah, see?
White people.
Oh, that's it. I thought it was more
Tomato soup. Nah, they did a whole panel though, but the tomato soup, the white people getting fired up over tomato soup is the funniest punchline for this whole bit, because it's just like it seems a little ridiculous to get fired up over soup. Do I got to explain the fucking joke to you, Mike? Damn it!
No, I get the joke.
I know. I'm kidding.
We got this breaking news just coming in that our governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, has absolutely lost her mind because she is now trying to implement $1 walking fees all around New York City. You know those cameras, the congestion cameras that you're paying $9 a car? Well, now she wants to charge New Yorkers now to walk around New York City to go from uptown to downtown, $1 every time you pass the cameras. And the camera is like right there. And the problem is that my girlfriend's building is like right there, just on the other side of the camera. But I don't have $1 to go through, so I can't even go see her. And she's waiting for me to get, to come home. So that's not. This is absolutely nuts, absolutely insane. I cannot believe we are continuing to pay this disgusting charge on this $9. And as long as you're going to be charged this, Kathy Hochul, make believe that you think it's about congestion and not about lining the disgusting politicians' pockets with all that money, I will continue to post this all that, but I'm not giving you $1 and I'm not passing that freaking camera. Midnight, I am out. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
So obviously it's not true.
What are they scanning?
We're not wearing an easy pass around our fucking necks.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a license plate taped to my dick. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But I think he's implying that when are they going to stop? When's it going to stop?
Oh, okay, yes.
I was going to make a joke. though.
I hear that.
Who gave the homeless guy a fucking cell phone to record? 1, 2. He don't got no girlfriend across the street. No one's dating this fucking lunatic. But anyway,
not in Manhattan, at least.
No. Well, maybe no, not that part of Manhattan either.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is clearly not true. It's just an exaggeration of when will they stop. A guy I work with was like, I love congestion pricing. I'm like, what? Why? He goes, I live right over there and I don't have to fucking deal with this shit no more. There's no one there. They take the long way.
What's the long way though? Literally going like a loop around the block to avoid a fucking camera? No, but the driving thing, I think it's after a whole lined street. Like if you go above 14th Street, you get charged, right? Or something like that. Is that how that goes? Listen, this is why I left. Nutshell. You hear what all these people are talking about? You hear all of this shit? I fucking love the city. But you know what? It snowed and derp didn't know what to fucking do, Bloomberg. And then again, fucking tax upon tax upon tax. It's like that Tribe Called Quest. It's like vibes upon vibes. It's like tax upon tax upon tax upon.
Yeah.
It's just like anything. Why people live? Why the fuck did people leave? People left because it was like as soon as shit hit the fan, it was going to become unlivable. And then now, if you did this shit in any other municipality in the fucking country, there would be riots in the fucking street.
Yep.
But New Yorkers are fucking, there are a couple fired up motherfuckers. Why? Because the thing is, I know they exist because I was one of those people and I fucking existed. And I did fucking march up and down the street to go fucking talk about some fucking athlete that had a dick between her legs.
Let's
Sorry.
be real here.
And the thing is, when I wanted to fucking march in the street, it's about shit that fucking matters because you know what? $9 to get charged is fucking $9 out of your kid's fucking mouth. And you want to know what that means? It's $9 out of a lot of other fucking kids' fucking mouths. And you know what? People who had fucking kids at fucking people, they should be on the fucking street.
Sounds like you're fired up from Florida.
Yeah, but
here's the thing. You're right. There are some people fired up about this. There are. But those are the people that are just going to sit there and whine and not do a damn thing about it.
That's true. Except fucking make fake reels.
Yeah, basically.
About crossing the street. Well, you all know that's bullshit. The thing is, this is the funny. Now, to see how fired up I got, right? It's like this is the cause and the effect of this bullshit sort of like culture. Because bullshit culture is going to win now. Because the thing is, it's not only that AI knows that faking it sort of fucks with us. It's that the human race understands that they could just say something and make it sound slightly believable because somebody outside of New York already knows that they're charging you $9 for your car. But it's even more believable to think that you're going to be $1 to cross the street. If you tell somebody in Georgia that that's what they're doing in New York, they're going to believe you. If you tell somebody in Oklahoma, they're going to believe you. If you tell somebody in Seattle, they're going to believe you because they hear that New York is already fucking doing that. So the trick is say something half believable, post it on fucking, and you'll get 1,000 views in a day probably.
Speaking of half believable stuff, let's see what this is about.
Really, because Republicans they're very thin-skinned and they're very sensitive.
It was a terrible night.
I think I'm going to have to hand this off. Yeah.
This is all break right. I've lost all hope in the American people.
Our resistance
will be talked about for generations.
Skywalker.
It's really
What?
I said, all right, Luke Skywalker, chill the fuck out. Oh, you know what the thing is? Like, it's the classic. Like, this is what happens on both sides. It's like the reversal. It's like, I know you are, but what am I? This is
all the time.
And the thing is, you do have Republicans do this a lot too. Like they do,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? When they're like,
listen,
when they're like defense funding, when they're like, oh, but you voted on defense funding, but like, I know you are, but what am I? We're like, yeah, I did that too. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, well, we did that to just go and fucking, wipe out half of Yemen with drone strikes in fucking 2012. You know what I mean? But like, that's still they're fucking recovering from. And everybody's like the Houthis. The who? Do you know where they came from? They fucking, they came from the aftermath of us blowing the living fuck out of. We didn't blow the. See, did I say? I didn't mean blow like that. I meant like blow like.
No, you did. Oh no. Well,
no, I
fucked
didn't.
them like that.
And what do you think is going to happen out of the rubble? Is going to come like a bunch of fucking pirates, dude. You know what I mean?
As I say, stay away from political stuff. Where the next two posts we did before and now is going to be kind of political. But,
well, all right. So just like a disclaimer, we didn't know we were making this move when we sent half these reels.
Well, not even that. But here's the thing: I hate when people make the whole COVID thing a political thing. The health of the nation is not well, I guess it could be politicized, but I'm saying like
it was politicized.
Yeah, but like I literally read comments in one of the things I was commenting on where people were saying, I love Fauci, he's our savior. And I'm like, I didn't know people actually thought this. I thought like people and comedians made fun of it as a farce of an extreme of what might be out there. But no, these are in the fucking comments.
Do you know
people
what
worship this guy?
I know, and the funny part about that is like we were sitting there listening to him, and we listened to his voice. Like the thing is, like I after a while, you know what I mean? Like because you trust, like you see these authority people around, so you trust them. At the beginning, it's like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Nobody else did too. And
I trust Fauci.
And you're gonna trust the first voice that you hear that sounds like they know what they're talking about. But in hindsight, right? And I'm not even saying with all the political fucking and then the science bullshit and whatever bullshit, like I'm throwing all out. I'm like, we listen to him go wah 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 wah, and just like his voice, right? Just his voice was like we were actually taking like health advice from somebody who sounded like they needed to go and get their like their septum fixed. You know what I mean? And it was like, and he
that's
also
okay.
sounded,
Maybe he broke his nose.
and the thing is, maybe it's me because he's actually from the same neighborhood I grew up in, right? So for me, it's just like a drone. So he just sounded like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Like he sounded like a Nebbish Guido. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like if I hear a Nebbish Guido, like it's different. I'll tell you why it's different. Do you know who comes from this neighborhood? I come from this neighborhood. Dr. Fauci comes from this neighborhood. And Carl Sagan comes from this neighborhood.
Wow,
have you ever
I didn't
heard
know that.
Have you ever heard Carl Sagan speak? I literally would put Carl Sagan on and just like play his fucking his Cosmos on replay and go to sleep to that just because it would literally relax me so much that it would put me in like I would just like I don't fucking meditate. But it would put me in that kind of fucking state because he had that kind of voice. And he was talking about cool shit.
Morgan Freeman's voice puts me to sleep.
Yo, you hear about him? Dude, sad story, bro. He's like really sick.
Oh, no. Please. But you're like... Anyway.
I know. So, I hate to be a bearer.
Back to Fauci. Yeah. When they said the whole mask thing in the very beginning, I called bullshit. And everyone was like, what do you mean bullshit? I'm like, if I smoke weed with a mask on, does the whole house smell like weed still?
Right.
Yeah? That means particles are going in the air.
No matter what.
And there was the doctor who had a vape, and he shows you, and he vaped and blew it through the mask. It's everywhere. Sure, it's going to stop. It's going to help slow the spread a little bit, but it's still in the fucking air. If you're indoors, you're fucked.
Yeah, I was thinking that because, forever, pothead. So the thing is, like, right when that happened, of course I'm smoking. So I put a mask on as a gag. I took a fucking rip. And it wasn't because I was testing anything. It was because I wanted to see how smoke looked like shooting out. And this is how retarded I am. I am so fucking retarded, right? That I'm like, before I do it, I'm like already sure the smoke is going to come out. So I'm already in turn telling myself that the mask is going to do nothing, but I was like, I was still thinking I had to wear the mask because it was going to do something. So you understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, I blow the smoke out, and I didn't even realize it then. I realized it 2 days later when I seen a fucking video, and the guy was like, "Well, if this, then it's not blocking any COVID." And I was like, "Oh man." I did that the other day, and I'm like, damn, that's right. All that pot smoke came out.
Let's see what Fauci has to say.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Well, no. If she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be, because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
He looked young.
So if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine. If she really has the flu,
she should not get it again.
No, she doesn't need it, because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
Now, respectfully, he's talking about the flu, not COVID, but it's very similar.
Virus, right? And like that's how the body treats virus. But the thing is,
go fuck yourself. No, but listen, Dr. Ryan. No. But like, it's ironic that it's an older video too. Things could have changed, the facts could have changed, but I don't think so.
I have like, there's another thing. You know what? And I was like saying that when that whole fucking like message debate, or debate to debate, and I was like, I have like, is it okay? Now everybody's tagging the fatigue thing onto everything nowadays, right? So like, I had trans debate fatigue, right? And I think I've had COVID fatigue for a very long time. You know what I mean? And I don't even mean like not too long after that, because obviously Florida. But the thing is, like, it's still like, it got fucking like exhausting after a while. I'm like, did back in the day, and like, let's just say, did like 1950 hit or 1951 or 1952 hit, and people had like World War II fucking like fatigue? Where they were like, let's just talk in this house.
Hold on. What?
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's still news. It's still newsworthy, like to bring up COVID and how fucking COVID did this and COVID did that, but not how like obviously there was like a huge like misinformation campaign on the people on the people who were pointing at other people for misinformation. You know what I mean? It was obviously not to bring it full circle, but I know you are, but what am I? That's sort of what was happening with that whole fucking COVID debate back then. That was literally like, you know, like Rogan being like, well, ivermectin, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, don't do it, don't listen to him, paint him green on CNN. And then fucking.
That was hilarious.
You know, and then they paint him green on CNN. And then fucking like come like fucking 4 or 5 years later, it's like, Andrew Cuomo's taking fucking ivermectin and preaching about it, and then debate, and then Dave Smith fucking tears him a new asshole, which is epic, dude. And also,
Cuomo. You mean Chris, right?
Chris Cuomo, not
Andrew.
Not Andrew. My bad. What isn't he trying to run? He's trying to run for mayor now, right?
I don't know what he's trying to do.
Big Nips over there. Huh? They call him Andy Nips.
Wow. You sent me this roofing video, I think. What's going on? Why are you watching a roofing video?
I don't trust building material anymore they make nowadays.
Oh, there's a Nazi symbol. Is that what that is?
Yo, it says it outright.
Swastik. The roof.
It's made. It's made in India, bro. Because why. I think this is what I think. Symbol. I think in some sort of like a sort of nationalistic Indian pride push, I think they're trying to reclaim the swastika. I think the Indians are like, you know, the Indians are trying to. I mean, check this out. Something I learned recently, which blew my fucking mind, and I was like, how didn't I fucking think of this earlier? When a word is so obvious, right? That they made the whole stink about changing Indian to Native American. When Indian in the American context means indigenous. It means an Indie, an Indiana. Somebody
Indo.
who isn't
From Indu or Indo, the word?
Indo person, not.
Yes.
And the thing is, the word India on the Asian side comes from Hindi, so it was like that's where that word comes from. So it's like what you're dealing with homonyms. They're two words that sound exactly alike.
Not even that.
Not the same, but don't mean the same fucking thing.
When Christopher Columbus landed in the Caribbean,
with God, right? That whole Indio, right?
When he landed in the Caribbean, around that time, India wasn't India yet. So the word India for the country didn't exist because it didn't exist yet.
Yeah, it was called Hindustan or something like that.
And when they wanted to change the name and everyone's fighting and arguing, the Native Americans said it themselves. We're not native to America. We're the American Indian. Because even they believe they came from somewhere else and migrated here.
All their legends said that, and that's sort of like that sort of bugs me out too with the whole like mass migration, because then there's like now all this fucking anthropological like fucking evidence that's sort of what happened.
There's also evidence that there were people maybe here before the natives that were wiped out.
Ah, yes, and they even think this. They even think that there was a population that migrated from the South Polynesia way, right, up into like by Easter Island and then into Peru, and then like some of those South American peoples settled from coming from the Pacific, as there were northern like Eurasian peoples who came from the north, but they think the Pacific people came later, and that maybe ended up clashing with like the Northerners and stuff like that. And that's sort of why you get that divide between the Mayans and the Aztecs, and that's sort of where that barrier of where those two people sort of like clashed. Because once you get to the jungle, this is exactly what I'm talking about. With Alexander the Great and with fucking Islam, they stopped in the same place. And the reason why is because one group of people were like, we're not going past that. That's all right. You guys, no problem. We're not
going past that.
We're not moving an army through that fucking dense vegetation. Sorry, we're not doing it. We're going to stop here and just wait for your silk traders to come, and then we'll just pay them for the silk for 3,000 years.
News flare. Well, he's not paying attention to what's going on around him. That's already another problem.
He's standing by a stack of fucking material on a site with no hard hat. Something.
Whoa!
Dude, that's a crane.
He is so lucky.
Dude, that guy get out. He got out, right? He ran. He jumped. Dude, that's a fucking crane.
He's so lucky that he was by that concrete slab or
yo, that stopped it, right? That's what stopped it.
Saved his life. But guess what? When you're on a work site, don't stare at your fucking phone.
Yo,
not like that.
Wait, there's a cable that comes down first, right?
Yeah, that's what he had the heads up. That cable slashing, and if that cable would have hit him, it probably would have decapitated him. But it lands about 2 feet, 3 feet behind him. So
and then he ducks. Yo, that motherfucker's cat-like reflexes. He ducked at the right time. If he was standing, that would have crushed his head. If he was standing straight up, that would have his domeless. He'd be domeless. Wow. His head would be gone.
Yeah, so that whoever was on the phone with texting, that might have saved his life, actually, not the other way around.
That is insane. God damn. Wow, what a near miss. Thank God we didn't show a death. I'm really thankful that we did not show a death. That was pretty fucking intense. Just saying.
Now, what's this?
Yeah. I know this. Bro.
Oh, he shot at the bear? They're shooting at the bear? Jesus Christ.
And they missed it. A guy dropped the rifle and just gets on the snowmobile. Look how close. Bro, if it wanted to, I think.
Come on, not run. I mean, just jet ski. What the fuck is it? Fucking snowmobile.
Snowmobile. No. That thing was keeping pace with him for a second after he fucking he could have lunged. I was actually really rooting for the polar bear at that point.
You think he got shot and the bear was like, ow, that hurt a little. Come here, you fuck. I'm gonna get you down.
I don't know, dude. That sounded like a 308, dude. And if it was, it definitely fucking hurt him. But you don't see any blood. So I don't think they got him. I think they tried to shoot in the air. I don't think you're allowed to kill them. Unless the guy who's running away, that dude who's running away, he has the right to shoot that bear. Anybody else, I think they might get on your ass about it. There might be laws against killing polar bears. But that's like in Siberia or some shit, right?
Norway?
God. That's Norway?
Yeah, a Norwegian worker narrowly avoided being the polar bear's dinner. Jesus.
And that's the worst kind of predator to fucking encounter in the wild.
Well, a lot of bears are omnivores, but they eat a lot of meat. Polar bears are exclusively carnivore.
They're the only one.
Oh, wow. I have another angle of that crane accident. Here's another angle.
Ooh, get out. I like this.
Up there's the cable, and he's, oh my God.
Woo!
Where'd he go?
Holy shit.
Oh, he probably kept, no, he's over there. He's behind the bush.
He's
shit.
up and walking. I can't believe that.
That was crazy.
See, you see him duck. If he doesn't duck, his
Everyone
head is
runs. Oh my God!
If he didn't duck, he's dead.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
Oh, that was a material crane. So there was nobody on the end of that. There was probably somebody in the cab, and all the way up the alleyway. There's probably somebody in the truck. You see the truck flip. That's fucking crazy. That's heavy, dude, and that's also very heavy. Insane.
So he's doing stand-up now. I don't know.
I like Rob Schneider,
but do you think he's funny?
I have seen his. I think he's funny in an acting sense, and I have seen his stand-up. Some of his. See, this is what happens with us. When he gets political, it's just not fucking funny anymore. You know what I mean? And I've seen him do like rants and stuff like that, where some of them had really good, like nice little quips that I was just like, and there are bits here and there. And sometimes he has like full-on observational bits that are very good. They're very good. And I wish he would just stick to them. But that's just my critique. Otherwise, I love Rob Schneider, and I wish him all the best. And I really think that he should sort of veer away
Run
from
for president. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know, because the thing is, I feel like he becomes a victim of everybody else's rage baiting, and it's just like don't rage bait him, because his comedy could be like really, like it could be really like himself, like this, like the Rob Schneider that you're looking for, but you're not allowing him to, because you like people are like sort of he's reacting, so he's like people want him to be like, well, I don't know why, like blah blah blah, politics, and then it's like, dude, you were funny 5 seconds ago when you were talking about that anecdote about backstage at SNL about that thing, and it had the funny punchline. And then it was like you were talking about a thing in your life where it was like an actual. That's what I like. I like when people talk about, like when Shane Gillis's bit about how he was a coach for a Down syndrome soccer team or football team, flag football team. That story is wholesome, because it is sort of wholesome. It's a wholesome fucking story, and every punch, every tag and punch in that joke and that whole line of joke are just like about the truth. Like it's like something that he experienced. And when Rob Schneider does that, he's funny. But when he's like, like blah blah blah, Reaganomics, I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear.
You're offended a lot of liberals with this one.
Gay Pride Month seems a little greedy. 4 weeks in a row, we get Veterans Day. You fight for the country, you get a day. Thank you for fighting for the country. Oh, sorry, day's over. Take the meat off the barbecue. Memorial Weekend, you die for the country, they give you a weekend. Thank you for dying for the country. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on the truck. You get a weekend. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, kept the Union together. Gets a day. Not even his own day. He's got to share it with George Washington, who founded the whole country. He doesn't get a day either. He's got to share it with Lincoln.
He gets a week.
But if they would have sucked each other's dicks, they would have got a whole month. That's all I'm saying.
Rob Schneider offended a lot of liberals with this one.
Gay Pride
Month. The president joke is hilarious.
Yes.
That is funny.
It's not a bad joke. I don't see why a liberal would be offended, and there's no evidence a liberal was offended. It's just
somebody wanted to say that, because listen, you could literally take all of Louis J. Gomez's fucking like stand up and make little rage videos like this and say liberals were were besides themselves when blah blah. And it's just like, I don't want to be mad about somebody's joke. You know what's funny is like how this is going to become a punchline. Like people trying to intentionally piss other people off will become a punchline. Yes. Like you will be a punchline eventually. Like, unless you already accept yourself as being a walking punchline, because I literally feel like my fucking life's a joke half the time. So it's like once you accept that, right, it becomes a lot easier.
Better.
But there's a lot of people out there who just don't understand that eventually they'll become the joked about.
So normally, I don't give a shit about baseball shorts or videos to react to.
I'm all about it, dude. I'm fucking ready for fucking baseball.
So what's this about? Let's see. What's happening? Oh my fucking god! Did he get up? Did he die?
There's an update. I'll give you the story. So, at a Pittsburgh Pirates game, a fan who was cheering a little bit too close to the railing. I don't know. You've sat up in the rafters as we have been to sports complexes and arenas and stuff. So we know how like the steep stairs could be with being right in front of the railing. This guy was obviously a little overzealous. And he had his hands on the railing and he flipped forward over into the warning track. And when he did that, I think he broke like 27 bones. I think this motherfucker honestly is in a full like Looney Tunes body cast right now.
Oh my god, though, the way he fell, was he drunk?
I think he listen, what we assume. I don't put that allegedly I've heard things, he might have been drinking. But that's neither confirmed. We know he fell. He did an interview recently, and he's definitely he survived it, but he got fucked up. And this is the thing.
Is he only 20? According to the comment, he's only 20 years old.
Yeah, he's not. He's a young guy. Yeah.
Jesus, and I'm just gonna keep it playing in the background forever to keep seeing this fucking person.
Well, dude, I already watched this in a loop like 1,000 times.
Right.
This is technically my screensaver right now on my fucking computer.
Wow. That's gonna be a reel right there. That playing next to you. This is my screensaver on my phone right now, guys.
But yeah, the guy got fucked up, man. Yeah, he broke like mad bones. That's a gorilla skull. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Oh, this is the 100 people versus. I didn't even get to cut that.
Yeah, we did that. Didn't we do that last week? The 100 gorillas. It's a wrap. We already had a wildlife expert that already said 40 people could do the job. So, debate over.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna play the COVID-19 bullshit. China's blaming us because
Yeah. All right. We do. It's the double reversal. China. What did they do? What did they do? I know you are, but what am I? That's what China did.
No, but listen. When Trump said it's a China virus, all this stuff, it started in China. He's not wrong. It started in China. However, it started at a lab that's funded by the World Health Organization and other organizations. That it wasn't a Chinese lab. It was a world lab. World's government or whoever's in the World Health Organization.
Yeah. Oh, so you mean like not the Illuminati, but like the New World Order or like the
I wouldn't even go that high up. Well, maybe because it did shut down the world and cause the largest money transfer we've ever seen.
Bro, imagine how that went, right? Because you know that there was like a secret meeting, right? And Trump heard all of the fucking info. They knew that it was from China to get. From the get, but they were like, we can't tell the public this, and we're like, we can't tell the public this, and everybody's like, we can't tell the public this, and maybe a bunch of people in that fucking office were like, we can't tell the public this, and then his first interview out at the podium, he goes, the China virus, and everybody's like, oh, and they're like, why the fuck did he do that? They're like, oh, why the fuck did he do that? You know what I mean? And it's just like the China virus, and he's just like calling it the China virus because he heard it in the meeting. You know what I mean?
Yep, he got briefed.
Blurted it out. It just seemed like a lot of things were blurted out. And I think this time around, it seems like he almost like curbed his blurtiness.
Yes. He's not. Yes, absolutely. It's very
he's keeping his mouth shut about shit that he's like
straight to the point.
He's like, yeah, let's just keep it desk time now. Desk time. No podiums.
Is Doge dead yet or no?
I haven't.
What's going on with that?
That hasn't been in the headlines for a while, and I think everybody got Doge fatigue. This should be the episode of fucking fatigue, because I'm telling you this right now. The Doge thing, it was like I feel like the people who were complaining of it got tired of complaining of it, and then it just. And I also heard that Trump sort of pulled back on it a little bit with Elon. He told Elon to
chill. Is that a girl? A woman, allegedly? What is that thing? You are a real pig. The lady rages and literally shat on. Wow.
She got arrested.
Yeah,
so what happened. This is a road rage incident. She hiked up her skirt, pulled her panties to the side, and just blat out. And she said it was a no wipe when she got arrested. When she got arrested, she was in handcuffs, and she said, "I didn't have to wipe."
Wow.
And got in the car.
Wow, that's disgusting. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube because of that. You can't show shit on YouTube.
I watched the whole news. This is on the news. They didn't even blur this out on the news because you don't see anything but the shit stain. So that you don't have to blur out the shit stain. And she just
All right, what is this?
They arrested her.
Oh, this is her getting arrested?
Yeah. I said
hold on. Is this the no wipe?
Can you tell us what happened?
The lady chased me. She chased me and I asked her not to attack me. She chased you? I have a sickness. You said she chased you? Yeah, she chased me. And I got out and begged her to stop. Better to do. Listen to her side of the story.
Listen to the guy. Hold on.
She had a tummy ache. Apparently.
Hold on.
He said, "What did you have to eat?
What did you eat that day?" Wow, it's such a. Hold on. I like this view the best. It's just unfortunate that it cuts off half that video, but I'm gonna play it again. I want you guys to listen to the guy in the background. That guy's the hero. Get that man a prize. Get that man a cape. I don't know. Get him something. Get him a medal.
Oh my god.
Can you tell us what happened?
The lady chased me. She chased me and I asked her not to attack me. She chased you?
What'd you eat that day?
From like, dude, that what did you eat that day was like the sort of B-list wrestler coming fucking up the aisle with the steel chair in his hands. That saved the day.
So let me get this straight.
Oh, so I've been telling you about this. It's been dry as fuck down here, dude.
So like, now when you want to go kill a python, they're just right fucking there dying anyway.
Well, this is the thing. They're actually no. They do retreat to the water. You see this? This is just would be all covered in at least 6 to 10 inches of water, right? At all times, all year round, right? And the grass sticking out from the top. Now, what this turned into is these little mud slicks. And that's where you find these fucking pythons cooling themselves off. Because they're not out in the open, just like slithering on the baked fucking, dirt, mud, not dirt, mud, But they do find them. People are finding a lot of them because there's no way to hide.
That's what she said. Oh, because it's right up front.
Look how dry it is in the Everglades.
That's the deep end. Is probably 2 inches deep, and it's just a mud slick.
That's cool.
You could get around, but this is the thing. Like, you'd be able to take it wide out in the open in any direction.
Oh, that's the same route 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking dry as fuck down here, dude.
Someone wrote in the comments, it gets like this every year. Stop playing.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well,
that doesn't...
Whenever you see a comment like that, when it's like, oh, it's always like that. What are you talking about? It's usually someone that doesn't even fucking live in the area. Like someone, okay. Someone was like, okay, so remember that little kid? He's not a little kid, but he would be like brutally long hair, kind of had an accent, but he'd be brutally honest to people, and they would like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass, but you're just a kid.
Yeah.
He was interviewing an actor, and the actor told him how much he got paid, and it was like nothing. And they're like, wait, you did 3 seasons of this show, and you basically made under $1 million. He's like, yeah. The comment was like, yeah, but he's bitching and moaning, but meanwhile, he worked like X amount of time out of the year, blah, 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 blah. And I explained, no, well, that show probably shot 6 to 8 months out of the year, not 2 months.
And he had all this other time to work, and he worked on other projects.
Well, no, but I'm saying like he was downplaying the job.
Oh,
and I was saying you have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, some actors have it easy, but some of them have to go through 16-hour days. It's 12-hour days, 10-hour days. It's
some actors are involved in 10 projects a year, where they literally work 11 months out of the year.
And he was like, "You don't know what you're talking about, bro." And this, and this, and I go, "I'm not gonna out myself here, but I literally do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like
I fucking hate that shit. Joe, this is the thing, and it gets me too, right? That at this stage of my life, and I know I'm like dating myself, but like, all right, I'm in. So let's just say zeros, teens, the 20s, the 30s, right? I'm in the middle of my 5th decade on this planet, right? And by saying that, it's like how much shit could have gone on in my life, and then you meet Johnny Come Latelys who fucking just meet you and throw all this fucking information at you to like, oh, epic, by the way.
We'll get there. You can continue your monologue unless I just distracted you.
And I just want to say this just to bring it sort of full circle to something you brought up earlier, was that you and I felt bad that you even felt like you had to defend yourself by saying that I trained MMA when I'm like, because you already had me in your corner, not to be corny, but the thing is, it's like I know what you did. You know what I mean? I know what gyms you went to. I know what our interest in the fucking sport. I know your experience with it and your enthusiasm for it when you were training for as many years as you were, right? And then somebody has like some sort of real quick quip in some fashion to where it's just like, all right, now it's like, dude, if you want to have like some sort of a fake discussion, we could do that, but I don't want to enter in this having know what I know, because it will just make somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about look stupid. You know what I mean?
Well, but they try to gaslight you and just lie. Well, you're lying. Oh, well, that's the most common injury. No, it's not. Well, I didn't say it was the most common. I said it was very common. No, it's not even top 3.
Yeah. Well, it's like that with me with construction and home ownership, and people just like they treat me like I'm a 12-year-old who didn't like accomplish something that they're just having the notion to accomplish, and I feel like I'm like, just because I act like a 5-year-old on a fucking on a computer screen for an hour and a half out of the day doesn't mean that I'm not an accomplished human being who's fucking actually done something that I'm actually like maybe talking about, or that I know what I'm talking about, and I'm going to stop you from talking about it because maybe you shouldn't be talking about it because I don't want to have a discussion with somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about, which is sort of polite if you think about it. You know what I mean?
Saving that person the embarrassment, but anyway. What the hell did he get on his body?
I think it's an ex-girlfriend.
That's hilarious.
Yo, that's you see the little detail in the hairs and the pubic hairs.
Yeah.
Did it take you a second to realize what you were looking at?
Not at all.
I caught it right away. I was like,
I knew exactly
that tattoo. Do you know what that tattoo has a sound? Do you know what it sounds like? Gluck 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 gluck.
What is this?
That's Rob Halford from Judas Priest, who's probably like now like in his 60s. So
oxygen, or is that laughing gas? Oh, no, I'm kidding.
No, I don't. I think in order for him to do what he does, because to be quite honest with you, one of my favorite fucking metal intros of all time. I think it's a lot. It's actually basic bitch of me to even say this, but Painkiller. The intro to Painkiller is probably like, and just his voice even on fucking British Steel. All the albums that they came out with, he was iconic and all that shit. I love a lot of Judas Priest songs, right? Living After Midnight, fucking Breaking the Law. But Painkiller, when Painkiller came out in the early 90s, it was fucking, and in order for him to do that at his age now, I think having an oxygen tank on, but the thing is the optics. This is the reason why I said this to you. Is because I'm like, if you're already super, super gray and you're just huffing oxygen on the side of the stage, it doesn't look, you know what I mean?
Metal.
Even though he could be just like, I think everybody does this. I think a lot of like actual artists will have like some sort of like an oxygen crew, and these people like travel with the IV people.
I saw the band Korn live, and when I was there watching them live, Jonathan Davis was after every song went back and got oxygen and came back out, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Then he actually addressed it. He goes, hi, he's like, everyone, I'm singing with pneumonia. I would not cancel this show for nothing. We're playing in New York fucking city, but if I die tonight, here we go.
So what this is just a product of the trick and us seeing the trick, but we're just seeing it with an elder of the genre.
Exactly.
And we're just picking on Rob Halford for looking mad old, fucking huffing oxygen stage side.
What
this guy looks like he had a fucking big idea.
Bro's got a forehead.
Wait a minute.
Afterhead.
Wait a minute. I feel bad making fun of him because he's. I think I know. Like I didn't see his appendages, but now it makes sense. I thought he was like a regular sized person.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's an LP, correct?
But
I didn't think he was for a second. I thought he was just somebody who got stung by a bee in his forehead.
He's got beforehead, forehead, and afterhead. Wow.
Every sniper's dream, literally meaning of go ahead. Bro's filled like he's about to sing, think of it. Imagine the headaches this guy has. How can I not to look at you, come to see comments, but still see his forehead? The hairline is still yesterday. Take home a year to get the other side of his head. I bet this guy doesn't dream he is movies. Bro got extra memory storage. That's a lot of storage. How many megabytes is it? Your barber needs to stand on ladders. I swear the barber had to Uber from corner to corner for that.
Right? His barber doesn't need to stand on ladders though because he's already right.
Yeah, but I don't think that commenter realized that he might have thought the same thing you thought. Like he was tapping by a pole.
Yeah,
hive of bees.
Now I'm thinking about it. If he does really have like a head built like fucking like Roger from Family Guy from American Dad, you know what I mean? Then if he's sitting in a chair like I'm sitting in a chair, then his big ass dome will just be at the same size as mine, but proportionately speaking, his head is mad big. You know what I mean?
I can vouch.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Not you, Mike. Not you. You who are watching right now, you know what I'm talking about. Because, yes, his body is short, but his torso is the same. And then he's sitting down and he's got a big-ass dome. So maybe, like, the inch or two that he's, like, slouching down from, you know, like, maybe not having that, like...
I drank way too much weed coffee for the episode, so I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to go take a piss. Those of you watching, this is the piss break. You guys can pee too. If you need, it could be a piss party.
Take a pee.
We did talk about 100 gorillas one man versus 100 gorillas. I did back wrong 4 or 5 times. 100
gorillas.
100
gorillas
versus one gorilla.
Is this somebody who's just like a short order chef, like 100 guys on the grill versus a gorilla?
And this is what it'd be like if it was Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris versus. So he just like tears them apart. The thing is, all right, the legend of Chuck Norris. Now, the whole fucking thing with Chuck Norris, right? That was sick back in the day, but the jokes, for me, the jokes never got played out. But the whole visual putting him in a video game as being an invincible character is sort of like, it's like, all right, you know, like you can't have, like either there's Superman or there's Chuck Norris, right? And everybody agrees like they dumb down Superman's powers when they put him in things like, you know, ensembles with other superheroes or when they fucking put him in a video game or something like that. So putting fucking Chuck Norris in a simulation, all you're really doing is just taking the kick-ass EQ, and turning it all the way up. It's lame. You know what I mean? Like, even to an extent, Wolverine's, like, fucking indestructible. But, you know, like, he still has an off switch. Like, everybody knows that eventually he'll be finite. And you know what's going to really suck? Because we all see how he looks nowadays. And I love Chuck Norris to death because he's an icon from when I'm a little kid. And you don't like to see things like that happen to people that, you know, were like an icon when you were a child. But everyone must go. And he's not looking too good. So this whole Chuck Norris can't be destroyed by anything is going to turn into one final joke. And it'll be whatever actually kills Chuck Norris. And when I say whatever actually kills Chuck Norris, what I mean is like when he finally dies of whatever illness takes him because he's not looking too good right now, then that will be the last joke.
This is blasphemy. How dare you? Chuck Norris is invincible. Did you know Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer?
Yes, I've heard all the jokes, but eventually, the cancer tears will come to get him in revenge.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like, you know, when he passes, that's going to be the final Chuck Norris joke. That's it. There will be no more after that. It'll be like after Chuck Norris defeated the hordes and hordes of fucking orcs that came out of the earth. He finally succumbed to pneumonia.
So, I said we're not going to do political anymore, and here we are again. But let's see what this is about.
What do you think of the debate between Dave Smith and Douglas Murray on Rogan a couple of weeks ago? Did you watch that? And what
I did. I watched. I ended up watching. I wasn't planning on watching the whole thing, but I watched the whole thing. I'm constantly hearing from the peanut gallery demanding that I kind of give my verdict or my take on Israel and Israel versus Palestine and all this kind of stuff. And I have given my take, and my take is I don't care that much. I'm not just America first. I'm an American chauvinist in that I only care about my own country. I honestly don't care about other countries. I wish the people of other countries well. I think they all have a right to defend themselves, and they should. I think that if you can't defend yourself as a nation, or if you can't survive without...
What was that?
American chauvinism sounds like fun.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with him. I do like.
I don't believe in isolationism like the way that they thought about it 100 years ago.
I don't agree.
I definitely want to be friends with fucking countries.
Yes, absolutely.
But I definitely like the America first. You know what I mean? And that's obviously for every American person. Every citizen of this country is priority. So it's like, if you are a citizen of this country, no matter where the fuck you had come from before, if you are here or had been here or whatever, it's like you guys are fucking more important than Tom, Dick, and Jane on the other side of the fucking planet. And I think things might get better. I think that things might get better between everybody here. I think people would just be like, you know, like, not to sound like hippy dippy, but maybe the hippies were right about the things. Like, we all gotta fucking love each other and tolerate each other in within the confines of this fucking gigantic country we live in. Bro, there are small ass fucking countries with the people can't stand each other. Countries that are like populated with only like 5 million people. We have 4 million people here.
I think
they want to kill each other.
I think we watched the video where it's a British person and he goes, I used to say, you know, Americans need to travel more, but then I come to America and I realize you don't need to travel when you live in America because you go to the Northeast, you have a whole different environment than you go to the Southwest. You know, you have all these environments. Hey, Hawaii is still America and you could do that. I mean, there's
did you hear
Puerto
this?
Rico.
You want to hear some current events? And I think it's fucking hilarious.
What?
Do you know there is a movement in Alberta, Canada, of secession from Canada and joining as the 51st state?
No way.
Shut this guy off, Mike. Shut this guy off and Google that, and please let's pull that up because this is very important.
What would you say? Alberta,
Canada, seceding and becoming the 51st state.
I don't know how much I like the post. Is there a video? I like videos. Okay, let's go to this kind of screen. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Not bad. Let's go.
Could it actually happen? Alberta calling it quits with Canada after a 120-year-long marriage? Most Albertans apparently think so, even if they don't want it.
We're looking at a majority of people who are right now looking at Alberta separation as an issue that is real. It's certainly different from what we see in other parts of the country where the numbers are lower. We don't see any other part of Canada where we reach such a high number of people who say this is a real possibility.
Mario Canseco asked 1,200 Canadians who had just voted to think about the effect a Liberal win could have in provinces where most people vote Conservative, Alberta in particular. The pollster found 65% of Canadians don't want Alberta to leave. 64% of Albertans say the same. However, he also found that 58% of Albertans think separation is a real possibility, and 28% of voters in the province would welcome it. So why would a majority of Albertans think separation could happen if only a minority actually wanted to? I mean, there's always been an element at the fringes with an appetite for the idea.
Okay. But Ryan, Texas has always said they're going to secede from the union, and there's a real possibility, and the vote was pretty high, and everything's like, oh my God.
But you know that there's people in Maine that do the same thing, and there's a whole upper portion of Maine that those counties in the upper portion want to become part of Canada. You know that, and that's something that's been going on for generations now, I think. So I got a point. You want to hear a point? I got a point, and I think I like my fucking point. Don't you think of this, right? If you're a liberal Canadian and you're a liberal American, right? And this one's for the liberals, guys. I'm going to say this. If we absorb Canada because it's going to be not, the country of Canada isn't going to be the 51st state, but it would go down to where it's like Alberta's 51, Yukon's 52, British Columbia's 53, Ontario's 54, and it goes down and down and down and down. You understand what I'm saying? And then we end up with fucking 55 states, or we end up with 57 states, or you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, it would go that way. And obviously, the population of Canada isn't dense. It is land rich, but population poor. And it's very expensive to live in Canada, especially Toronto.
Toronto was like the most expensive.
After Go Cats, they just won the second game. I was at game 3, and in Toronto, and half the Canadians were there. They were all Canadians in the fucking arena. And Go Cats again, Panthers fan, as you see. You know, I just wanted to announce that on the pod as I got the information. Pod more important. That's why I'm here. But I will be watching the playoffs later. But the Canadians are saying it's fucking expensive there. And the thing is, what I'm saying is that wouldn't you want to absorb the liberal population of Canada into your liberal populace, and then maybe have your own populist fucking president?
Damn, no.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I don't even
you know what? Honestly, think about it. You know, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm manipulating liberals into invading Canada, right? But Canada. That's when they become Spanish speaking. That's what we're gonna call it. It's gonna be former will be Canada, but you know, wouldn't it beef up the party? Don't you think?
It would definitely. You know,
go on one landmass, living in a fucking. At that point, you might actually edge, and you might be 55% liberal majority, and then you could probably get your shit done. So maybe we should take over Canada. What the fuck, liberals? Get on your fucking go get Canada. Go get them and then bring them back here and then win a fucking goddamn election. How about that? And do what a real Democrat does and fucking recruit. You know what I mean? Like they did on the fucking, you know, the docks of New York City in the 1850s. What's the conspiracy theory, Mike?
Theory, and it turns out there's more than one coincidence.
Did you hear it or no? Did you hear this video playing?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to play it.
During War Mode's appearance on Warm Ones, Rona spud to break down the Shane Gillis CIA plant theory, and it turns out there's more than one coincidence.
Is Shane Gillis a CIA plant?
See, it's not a plant. It's an asset. Okay, I'm sorry. Bud Light, that dude used to work for the CIA. Shane's dad went to school with a former director of the CIA at high school. That's kind of crazy.
He gets way down.
And I'm talking small-time high school. Dude, back in the day, they used to go to Notre Dame to recruit people. The CIA used to openly...
What's Shane's favorite football team? I forgot.
It's Notre Dame.
But like, dude, everyone loves Notre Dame. Even I grew up liking Notre Dame. I'm just white.
Can we talk about Joe Biden for a minute, though? Yeah, of course. Joe Biden's wife got hit by a fucking truck in the middle of
just because of the Irish shit. I used to buy Notre Dame hats and rep Notre Dame, and I know nothing about college football. I know dick diddly about college football, and I would just wear a Fighting Irish shit. You know what's becoming popular, actually? Like these oh, dude, I gotta send you one. There's actually one where all they do is just talk shit purposely on comedians, and comedians follow this person, and it's like, oh, the dark truth about Ari Shaffir, and then the dark truth about Shane Gillis.
Of course, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's fucking. Some of them are funny. This one's a little dry. The CIA.
This one is trying to make a point. This is a real conspiracy.
No.
Yeah, it's real, bro.
This is fucking retarded, and I must be psyoped. Then I must be MK Ultra.
Nowhere.
Because
who owns the truck?
This bullshit.
It's like related to Shane or something. He's talked about this.
He's got to be an asset just because there's so many connections to him. His job might just be restore cool white guys.
Yeah, restore order to the white race.
During war modes,
I agree. He's secretly there to restore order.
He's restoring, but he's not the only one restoring cool white guys, dude. There's so many fucking more people who are restoring. Cool white guys are making a comeback, not just because of fucking Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is funny, but he's not the fucking leading the charge on that shit. There's other ones. But
make these hoes turn up, they know.
Where's the head?
Y'all gotta stop with the AI, please, bro.
Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. Look at that. And why is it pregnant?
Oh,
why is it pregnant?
I don't know, dude. Yo, what's with the fucking? Why no head, dude? That's the first question I.
Well, okay. So I was in school, and a long time ago, clearly, and my friend drew a picture, and he's sitting there drawing a picture during class. I'm like, "What are you drawing?" He's like, "You'll see." And at the end of the class, he shows me it's 2 legs, a big ass with tits on top of the ass. And he goes, "See, bro?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that thing?" He goes, "It's the perfect woman. There's no head."
But I mean, really though? Don't you need a little head?
Well, what's this?
Well, everything under the nose though?
Oh, so this, I don't know if you watched the show Key and Peele.
I did, yes, when it was on, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
loved it.
It was like one of my favorite shows.
Yes, it was great.
I discovered it after the fact. It already was out and done with. It was on. It went to Hulu, and on Hulu, I was like, "Oh, I never watched this show. Let me watch it." And I watched it all. I was like, "That was incredible."
One of my favorite skits is like when the 2 husbands meet up, and then they're trying to pretend like they're talking like really roughneck to their wives, and he's like, and I was like, "Bitch," and she's like, "Honey, what did you say?" And he goes, "Nothing, honey." And he's like, "Come here," and they go into the basement. And he's like, "Yeah," and you know what? She was like, "Take out the trash," and I was like,
"Bitch,"
and then they're in outer space at the end of it. Like, long story short, not to give away the skit.
They still hear them everywhere.
They hear them even in outer space, yeah. But this character where he's the principal or like the disciplinarian, the teacher, is from Mad TV. Do you remember when he was on Mad TV?
Yeah.
Dude, recently Bobby Lee had like a mini reunion, and like the 3 people that he had on I all thought were hilarious. I always thought Ari Spears is fucking awesome. Even on the show, his stand-up is great, dude. Yeah. He's like one of my favorite crowd work guys, even though he just like literally just in a like a classic kind of heckler destroyer way. You know what I mean? Like he does his crowd work like Don Rickles, pretty much. You know what I mean? He's like a sniper like that, right? But like there were 2 other characters, and one of them actually does voiceover work, and she was Deborah. I think her name's Deborah Wilson, and she's a Jedi in the last Star Wars video game that just came out.
I don't know.
The last 2.
I haven't played them.
You haven't played those? Dude, pretty sick. It's like open world, and she plays one of the characters. So she's canonized. And it's like, and they were on Mad TV, and all these people from Mad TV went all different places, and they're all still hilarious separately. Like Will Sasso's still fucking hilarious. Bobby Lee's still pretty funny. I sort of watch his podcast every once in a while. He's okay. He's him. He's just his own personality character.
He's very good at keeping a straight face when he wants to laugh really bad.
I love his trollish abilities, and I wish he applied them in the right ways, but he backs away every time. I'm like, you could be so much more vicious than you're allowing yourself not to be.
Well, he's a bit of a pussy, I think. You know.
I think he's trying to stay Hollywood, and he doesn't want Hollywood to reject him because he's on Sex and the City. He's on all these fucking TV shows.
He's on Sex and the City still?
He was a character on it. I think he played one of the radio guys or something like that. Podcast people.
Let's watch the DEI Memorial High School. That was not the actual original. That was added by whoever made the video. Just saying.
Let's take a roll here. Jay Quellen.
Jay Quellen? Isn't that
Where's Jay
Jacqueline?
Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here? Yeah.
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay. So that's how it's gonna be. Y'all wanna play. Okay then. I got my eye on you, Jay Quellen. Balake.
What?
Where is Balake at?
Balake?
Blake.
No Balake here today.
Blake.
Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Wow.
Blake. What? Do you want to go to war, Balake?
No.
Because we could go to war.
No.
I'm for real. I'm for real. So you better check yourself. D-Nice.
Denise. Fucking
Is there a D-Nice?
D-Nice. Wow.
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is gonna feel my wrath. Now, D-Nice.
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch. You say your name right now.
Denise?
Say it right.
Denise.
Correctly.
Denise.
Right.
Denise.
Right.
D-Nice.
That's better. Thank you.
Wow.
Now, Aaron.
Oh,
where are you?
So for the record, that's the one I agree with. If your name has two A's, you're Aaron.
This is fucking insane. Do you remember why this is insane? I'm getting chills up my spine. I was just with my nephew. We were at Mother's Day dinner, and he brought up Aaron. He brought up Aaron. It's like he's like, yeah, like mispronouncing it like somebody's name, like Aaron. I was like,
that's kind of what it says.
It is like Aaron.
I know
that Keegan Michael Key right now just said Aaron in the skit. And I was like, I watched the skit before. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, that's right. All this is reinforcing the idea in my brain that Aaron is the only way to say Aaron, right?
All right. I'm skipping this video not skipping. We basically got the gist of the video. You send me a new Olympic sport, not Olympic sport, excuse me. I'm adding things. I'm doing what most people do when they talk political. They add things that don't really mean anything. It's a new sport of running straight at each other.
Fuck power slap. This is the new. This is the new that is going to take over. And I think already, like, it's obvious that, like, South Islanders fucking dominate the sport, you know, but this is like extreme sumo in a way.
Is there a video?
Yeah.
There's the video.
Oh, yeah.
Now Luke Talava's
okay, they're staring each other down. Let's see what's going to happen. Why is he holding a ball? Does it matter who has the ball? Oh, my God.
Oh, and pull the pucky.
He just killed a guy.
Bro,
did that guy just die? Look, just watch.
Yeah.
Wait, do they look like twin brothers, too?
I mean, listen, if you're going to be, like, racist, Mike, I think just stop watching this.
How am I being racist? They look like brothers. It looked like the same guy ran at the same guy just now. How am I being racist? I didn't say anything racist. That's not racism.
Those are two
things I completely argue with all the time with people. That's not racism. It might be prejudice, sure, but racism is when you think your race is better than other people's race. I don't think my race is better than other people. I'm a mixed race. I'm every fucking race. I'm a mix of everything.
You are
I'm literally a mix of fucking everything.
You're a patchwork quilt of many a gene pool.
Many a gene pool.
You know, but the thing is, like, you know, yeah, like, bro, I mean, it does look like you picked the same character in the video game with different outfits, but this sport looks like it's going to fucking take over. Dana, you need to get over and get this shit on.
Immediately. I would watch this over a slap.
And get these fucking Maoris and get these fucking Samoan motherfuckers.
Who are these guys? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Bro,
what are they doing?
They're rugby players, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
But they're fucking dude. This is like, you know, when Rogan, right? When Rogan just says robust person, do you know what he's talking about? Just somebody, he's not talking about somebody being like Lou Ferrigno ripped or Arnold Schwarzenegger classic ripped. Like, he's not talking about somebody like that. Although those people are robust in a way. He's talking about people who just walk, like, I walk around robust. I don't have to work out just to be a fucking Goliath. That's what he's talking about.
And that's every one of these fucking guys.
Every one of them, dude. And they all, what the fuck? How do you have that energy? Yo, I mean, obviously PEDs, bro.
Well,
but
no, but like, think about this. Yeah, but like, yeah, enough. Anyway, a male version of a Brazilian. What?
I'm using this term, by the way.
Hold on.
From now on.
Remember, the male version of a Brazilian is a brozillion. Until we meet again.
Okay,
it's very catchy. It's catchy.
I accept that. Okay, I accept that.
So when I hit myself off with the manscape, I'm just gonna call it a Brazilian. I was like, I you know, like, hey, listen, I there's something there. I got a Brazilian. A Brazilian is like, you just understood how much hair I got taken off. So, you know.
What's with the baseball ones?
Is it the guy? Oh, wait a minute. All right, so listen. It's baseball season. I'm a baseball fan. Let's go Mets. But like, obviously, baseball like games are a chill time to hang out and stuff like that, and just let the game happen in the background. Little kid took the opportunity to fucking snatch a sip. Kudos to the kid. This kid is just chilling with a beer.
That's hilarious because one of the comments is like, imagine getting caught drinking your first beer on national television.
National television.
Like, he's sneaking around, he walks up to it, he sips it.
Bled out. Takes a nice little quick sip, puts it back. Dude, I'm just gonna say
it's apple juice.
Many of my family members are guilty of that shit. All of my cousins have done that. Like, I'm pretty sure. Chug, chug, chug. It looks like a wit beer, you know?
Way. Did you really send this to me? No, I can't believe I missed this.
What?
No fucking way. That was the same fucking video. I didn't copy and paste the right one.
Oh.
No fucking way, bro. No fucking way. No fucking way, bro.
Yeah, I sent this, yeah.
What's this white guy doing there?
Yo, bro.
Last year, over a
What?
In the beginning. This is in the beginning.
1,000 people have made the smart move to Starrett City. It's almost sold out. Listen to what these people like best about living here.
Lovely here. Lots of trees. It's safe. It really works.
When I saw this place with big rooms and parquet floors, I said, this is too good to be true.
I can play tennis, go swimming. It's really great.
Wow.
I like walking to school. It's close to my building.
Everything is included in the rent. Gas, electricity, and air conditioning. You get the most for your money.
I can do all my shopping right outside my door.
Yeah, because the
Starrett
shopping center's
City
right
was
there.
nice in the commercial, but it's even nicer now that I'm living here.
I wouldn't trade this place for anything.
Yo, this feels like Goodfellas. I really feel like I'm in the middle of Goodfellas.
At least they all have New York accents, you know.
It sounds like I'm in Morty's commercial. You know, Morty's fucking toupee wig commercial. You know that in Goodfellas. This is exactly what that commercial was like.
So I just want those out there who don't know to know. Basically, this area is fucking East New York.
It's East New York by the sea. It's East New York by the sea. Let's just be.
They're not quite project buildings, but the residents who live there kind of treat it as if it is project buildings. In other words, when I went to the stairway, going up the stairs, I would often run into a group of people smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
And then I would often walk past a couple of people that had previously pissed in the corner, so there's all dry piss everywhere. I've even seen people shit in the hallways. So, like,
classic.
I
mean, not to mention, not too far from the Pennsylvania Avenue exit, there is that landfill that's like right on the water over there.
It's not there anymore. That's a park now.
Did they get? I mean, there's still garbage underneath the ground there,
They
right?
redid the whole thing. I don't know if they dug up the garbage, but
They didn't dig up the garbage. The park is on a pile of garbage, Mike.
Yes. Okay.
That hill, that highland, right by the fucking Atlantic Ocean, which does not belong there.
No, I remember going in through Starrett City, and I was walking from the B section to the shopping center, and the shopping center had like a pizza place, a grocery store, a Chinese restaurant. I think there was a Golden Crust, but I could be wrong. It might have been out further out. Anyway, I remember walking.
I miss Jamaican beef patties, bro. Like from Golden Crust. I miss
that.
No
Golden Crust out in Florida.
No, there's places, but they're not my neighborhood. I'm in a Brazilian neighborhood. Do you know what's here? 3 Brazilian steakhouses. So I have a fucking variety. But you know what I mean? There's two pollo tropicals. You know what I mean? I don't have a fucking Golden Crust in my neighborhood.
Like
we need Jamaicans. The thing is, we need a couple of Jamaicans or Trini people, and then maybe we could get a fucking Golden Crust here, and then it'll be complete.
First hanging out in Starrett City at 14 years old and going, what the fuck is going on in this place? My friends live here. And I was scared. And it might have been prejudice or racism. I was a little like freaked out. Not scared, but like freaked out.
Man,
I was like, okay.
Fuck.
I've never been to, what'd you say?
I didn't give a fuck. I went into a lot of, I was like, 14. I had no place. Look at me. This fat white face. I had long brown hair. I had no fucking place walking.
I was younger than 14 now that I think about it. But anyway.
13-ish. So, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's when we all did it. I had no place walking in those buildings, bro.
Well, I did it. Okay, I did it, but I had no business doing it. I did it. And then from 13, cut to years later. Now I'm 19, and I'm walking with John from the B section to the shopping center, and I'm saying hi to everybody. Not everybody, but like a lot of people.
Yeah,
like
because a lot.
Too. Like I don't know them. They go, I had a street name. It was Coz, C-O-Z.
Yeah.
And everybody, yo, what's up, Coz? What's good, Coz? What's good, Coz? I'm like, I don't know these guys. What's good? I don't know you. You know me somehow.
The thing is, a lot of people that's a neighborhood that a lot of people don't move out of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's one of those. Everybody and
exactly. Cool. And then it's like cheers on when you get to the street corner.
Well, see, a lot of the people I did grow up with, they moved out. Like I know the black guy named Bubba. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a black guy named Bubba. And I used to be like, yo, why would your mother name you Bubba?
That's probably not his birth certificate. That's just his fucking. But the nickname, your nickname, like, all right, in certain, okay. So
but anyway, he moved to South Carolina, of course.
And
then my boy Ricky, who was big dude, like he was like a linebacker, and I remember he got into a fight in the handball court, and the fight was the kid punching him in the face as he took off his jacket, and then once he got his jacket off and not fazed by the punches, the kid ran away.
That's cheap, bro.
Dude, it was hilarious because the kid ran so fucking fast.
Yeah, he got his fucking 2 licks in and bounced.
But like, so yeah, like it ended up being like home to me, man. I practically lived there. I knew everyone. I fought people in the hallways. No, it was the lobby. Anyway,
I remember the first time I smelled crack, and I was in Coney Island.
Oh.
No, it was in Coney Island. And, like, I went to high school. And, like, I could tell you, right, because I live in Florida and just out of proximity, I could tell you that, I went to high school in Coney Island just because I went to high school on Stowell Avenue, and it's the last stop right before the Coney Island. And so I wasn't far away from a lot of the project buildings that were on, like, Mermaid and Surf, and you could walk it pretty much. So I had friends who lived in a lot of these buildings, and like the very first time, dude, and I had already been smoking blunts for probably a couple of years at this point. I think I moved to Egypt and even came back. So I might have been like 16. And I never seen somebody smoke a crack pipe. I never knowingly smelled crack as the aroma or known anybody being like high on any uppers, even at this point. I was like 16, and all I knew was what you see here. This and this. That's it, right? And I fucking walk into my buddy's lobby, and we're like rowdy because we just got out of school, and we're ready to fucking smoke, right? So we're like super hyped to go up into his apartment to smoke, and we see this person in a bubble jacket, just smelled like some electronics or burning plastic.
I heard that. Yeah.
I was like, damn. I said it. It's my fat awkward self. I was like, damn. It smells like somebody lit a fucking like like I don't know. I said something on fire. I don't know, an object. I said it smells like somebody lit the blah, blah, blah on fire, right? And my buddy like hit me on my leg, like he did like one of the dead leg, and he said, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, I've been around people.
And did one of the eyes over to the fucking lady who weighed all of but probably 80 pounds, just ripping a fucking stem right in the corner, and all like fucking still like tooting it, like toot toot toot, and you see like little puffs of fucking plastic smoke just going up into the air, just disappearing. I'm like, oh shit, let's just get on the elevator and get the fuck out of here. So I was like, what's that? That was my what's that moment. I didn't know what crack looked like. They were like, yo, you should smoke a crack. I was like, what? That's what it looks like?
Another thing, that's another thing that bothers me. A lot of these people once I get back to the Facebook shit, is they're arguing with me about something, and I'm like, I understand I look white, and I am basically, if you go based off of just skin tone, I am white.
You're a Latinx.
I don't get the fuck out of here with the X. but like I'm mixed race, but I am white. But yeah. I'm arguing with someone, and she or they or whatever the fuck they are, him, they, I don't know what they're, whatever.
Wow, you throwing the therms at them?
Whatever they are arguing with me, and I'm like, do you even know anyone that's not your own race? So where are these things that you're saying coming from besides the media and other comments you might have read? You're not thinking for yourself, and you don't have any experience in this area.
But who cares?
No, I don't. It's just like, it's like the babbling though. It's like, like I said, the guy arguing is like, you don't know, like MMA versus me talking.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yes.
You don't understand what you're talking about. You never lived in that reality.
Right.
You've never been around someone smoking crack. You've never passed a guy in a hallway.
Punched in the face.
You've never grown up passing a guy in a lobby of a building every day almost for 12 years.
And they were jerking from the corner? Wait, what?
No, they were selling guns.
Oh.
Fucking gun.
That's not that bad. That's a hustle.
But he was, I didn't know that. Like, I would say hi to him and what's good all the time. And we smoked a blunt once in a while in the lobby together. I used to buy Nick bags from him when he had it, but he was the fucking main thing was selling handguns.
Wow. I mean, just like out of a suitcase kind of thing?
No, but like he would have one on him and he was selling guns.
Oh, he'd just be like, you want what? I got this, $200. And he'd be like,
the other gang members, I think he was a Crip. It might have been a Crip.
And
then I didn't know the dude Blaze I was chilling with, or was it Flame?
You know what you do? Like
no,
when
Flame
he
was
up to you, he was like, yo, you good on this hammer? You good on this hammer? 200. You'd be like, yo, got bodies? You got bodies? Got bodies? Nah.
And I remember you chill with this kid that would say all the time,
got bodies? Nah.
He was Polish, but he thought he was black. Like you know what I mean? Like he acted ghetto. Not that all black people are ghetto, but you know what I'm saying. He acted thug. He was a fake thug, not black thug.
Is it because he was like assimilated into the building culture? So it was like everybody who he grew up with and in school with. It was just like
100% a wannabe. He was 100% a wannabe. 100%.
So he was was he a Polish W but like soft AH or a hard R?
A soft.
Oh, okay. So all right, cool. So maybe he tried to rhyme in the hallways in high school, right?
I don't know why. Whenever he got angry with people, like he'd be like, "Yo, that
Eminem," and went spaghetti.
Every time he get angry, his favorite phrase was that NIGGA is about to get got.
So he liked to say "get got."
He would like to say "get got."
Oh wow! Wow! That was his.
I also wanted to bring up the use of the N-word. Why do Mexicans get a free pass?
I never heard a Mexican person once use the N-word. I'm just saying.
I've seen not with the hard R.
Shit! Don't put that shit on Mexicans, man. I don't like that.
No, but I've seen all
don't
time.
Shit. No, I like Mexicans, bro.
I'm not saying anything bad about them.
I don't think. Listen.
I'm not saying anything bad about them.
Mexicans don't use. Mexican has they have their own nasty words. Trust me, and they get fucking nasty.
Hold on, maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe they're ghetto. I don't know.
I don't think. But the thing is, like, Mike, listen to it in your head, like a Mexican person, or like let's just say, not a Mexican person, right? Because maybe they have in Spanish. I think there might be a word for it, right? So, trying to
they're
say
all
somebody
Spanish
who's
and
like
they're saying the word, and it's like
somebody who's
why?
born elsewhere, right? With let's just say from because Mexico does have like an accent, like when somebody is from Mexico and tries to speak English, you know, like how it is like if somebody's from France and tries to speak English, they have their own like sort of caricature accent, right? Just in your head, right? You could do this out loud. How about just say the word bigger out loud in a Mexican accent?
No, thank you. Moving on. Moving on.
No. Now, then try to say the N word in your head in a Mexican accent, and it's like you've never heard a Mexican person ever say that.
I definitely have, but he didn't have
it. Maybe at work.
Well, we were showing the Benny Hill British Police Force, but the truth is, of course, stranger than the comedy. This weekend, we've had the UK police arresting James and Rita, a dad for comments that he made about his 9-year-old girl's school teachers on a WhatsApp.
Yes, this couple were held in a cell for 11 hours, arrested in front of their crying children. So you can just imagine how traumatized those poor kids are. And James, after a 5-week investigation, there's no case to answer. We don't know what they posted in that WhatsApp group that alerted the police and had
arrested for a post in a WhatsApp group.
But hold on. I thought, wait. Wasn't the whole deal with WhatsApp is that like shit is encrypted, so it's like nobody could fucking.
No, WhatsApp is owned by Facebook.
Yeah, I know it's owned by Facebook, but what's with the what's with the anonymity cell on that whole fucking thing?
I think it's just your phone number to another phone. Like they could tell who it is.
Right.
And someone must have shared screenshots from that chat. But what did he say that got him
So this
arrested?
isn't a Facebook post though. That's my point. Like, so this is a text message, right? Because it's like on WhatsApp. So it's like, okay, so now number one, all right, the authorities in Britain could just go into your WhatsApp and be like, if you called your daughter a bitch, like you could just get arrested. Like, what's the fucking?
So I think this is being blown up to be something like, oh, it's no free speech. But what if he said, I'm going to cut that bitch's head off and put it on a pike?
Oh no, a death threat is a death threat.
It's a threat. So
they didn't
release what he said. So it's either really bad or it's so ridiculous that they don't want to release it. I don't know which. But it's one of those.
Oh, listen, hold on a second. That point that you just made. We always get this one-line fucking bulletins on a lot of these videos that are just like, you know, dog mauls child, but it doesn't say that the child tried to light the dog on fire.
Of
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying this is an anecdote, but
fuck those children, right? No, I'm very
but I'm saying like, you know, like there's a lot of stories that just get told where it's just like, all right, but there's a big chunk at the fucking beginning, and maybe he did fucking say something that might have been like, hey, because you know how like it goes. I think, right? If somebody obviously, right? If somebody threatens somebody's life, or like, oh, I'm gonna assassinate, blah blah blah, right? And they fucking say it in a message. That's obviously evidence of harm to another person. And it's not a Facebook post, but it's like, yeah, like that is information that should be sort of passed on to prevent a fucking disaster, even, you know, which is probably what happens when you hear like some of these mass shooters get like thwarted. Like that's pretty much how that goes down, right?
Basically,
oh,
yeah.
Man, did I send you another big boy video?
Nope, I found this one.
Oh no, Fat Fellas is the shit. Follow Fat Fellas, by the way, and what's his name? Cody. The guy who's just on Rogan.
Gotta move fast.
Yippee! It's finally here. My very own Bunny Bot, built by Fat Nigga Tech Industries. She's loyal, thick, and USB-C compatible.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna call something out right now. She is not thick.
I mean, this is what AI thinks is thick.
She is not thick.
Yeah, but
it got the fat black guy, right?
These are all because it's been doing so many of them. Do you have to understand? Like AI is like, all right, it's got to learn the way that we got to learn. The more exposure it gets, so it doesn't know thick, it knows fat fella. So it knows how to do a fat fella because it's done like right now. It's like 100 fat fella videos right now. They're deep, dude. Fat fella is deep. They've been posting hard a lot. All funny. My favorite's the amusement park, but I don't think the AI is getting thick and robot in the same and so it's making Fembot like a sexy C-3PO.
He laughs at all my jokes.
You are so funny, nigga.
I love you so much, Bunny Bot. She don't nag, she recalibrates. And when I'm feeling down, she hit me with a double palm gut massage. I brought Bunny Bot to dinner with my mom. Didn't go well. She just don't get it. Bunny Bot understands me.
Bunny Bot?
Oh, wait, what happens at the end? I never saw the end of this. Oh, it's the end of the fucking world.
The world ended a while ago after the fat nigga robot wars. But love stayed alive. They took the world, but they couldn't take the fold.
This is getting epic, bro.
That was pretty fucking epic, actually.
What's going on now? Now they're going into sagas. Like these Fat Fella videos are just getting into like Star Wars like type depth. There has to be more, right? I mean,
I think that's the end of the video. Hold on. Yeah, it's the end of the video.
No. I'm saying like after like what I sent you on the fucking.
I'm working on it.
Like, dude, I was surprised. I had to take a break actually. So like for like 4 days, I was like, I shouldn't send this because of how deep everything else went. And a lot of these are worthy to show. Like some of them are pretty fucking. The algorithm was like just throwing banger after banger.
Consider yourself. I can't consider yourself. One of the family I'm bringing to you. Consider yourself. I can't consider yourself.
What did he break?
It looked like a plywood paneled fucking like fence that was just like makeshift fucking. It shattered though. I don't know, but it's sick if he did that. If he actually threw a fucking like a ball bearing and
it's
like
a slingshot,
and he did it like one shot, one down, like no look, right? Is that would you call that no look? He did it over his shoulder.
What was that?
While he was driving. Either way, I'm impressed, dude. It looks like magic.
Magic.
The guy's just over the shoulder like slang shot. That is lethal. That is like dangerous person.
Alex Jones said that the tap water is turning the frogs gay. Women take the estrogen pill. That's what the birth control is, basically superpowered estrogen. And remember, when you take a pill orally, most of it gets urinated. The estrogen gets peed into the water stream. That water stream is known as what? A recyclable commodity. So water just gets recycled through what? A treatment plant. The water goes to the treatment plant. It doesn't treat for estrogen. Look it up. And that water comes back to the tap. So now you have men, believe it or not, like it or not, drinking estrogen water.
Oh, that's not true.
What do you mean?
Estrogen water?
Yeah, why not?
That's not true. That cannot fucking be true.
You heard it first here, and it's a fact. It has to be a fact. It's on our show. We don't.
Aren't they're taking the floor out of the water down here? You know that, right?
Yeah. Now our teeth are gonna rot out of our mouths. Good job, everybody.
No, that's here. I mean, if you brush your teeth and you go to the dentist, you should be all right.
Brush your teeth. Just drink water, and it solves the problem. It might make you dumber, but your teeth will be looking great.
Mohammed, what happened? What happened on the tray? Huh? What happened on the tray? Got me, G! Why were you sniffing your fingers? I'm from Mom's house, stupid! You sniffing? What do you have to say to the victim? Huh? What do you have to say to the victim? Say to the victim? What is that? What do you have to say to the victim? Why did you do it? We don't do that. We don't do that stupid stuff. We're not gay. Do it. You're not gay. I'm not gay. Do it. You're not gay. That's not gay. That's not gay.
Yo, he's mad gay.
What did he do?
So this is a New York story. I'm surprised you didn't hear about this, but this guy like
sniffing sicko.
He went 2 fingers like like fist knuckle deep into some dude who fell asleep on a train, and like ass raped him with his fingers. And then when the guy like shoved him off, he like walked away like all slack jawed, like you saw him like looking all slack jawed, and he sniffed his finger. He went,
"What the fuck?"
and walked away. That's what I think happened. I think he fucking like two fingered him. And the guy's a fat bastard, so he's got a thick 2 fingers, and he just like sort of hooked like butt fucked the guy real quick and sniffed his shitty fingers as he got off the train and like wiped it on his shirt like this.
Wiped it on his shirt.
He went like this. He went like this.
You saw a video?
Yes, it's on. Yes, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, bro, it's there. If you don't believe me, I think you need to fucking Google it, because I'm telling you, dude, he fucking sniffs his shitty fingers after he fucking pulled
it says
it out
message
of his
unavailable. The one before this says message unavailable, so it's probably him sniffing his fucking finger.
Yeah.
Yo, all right, let's see what's going on in this one. He smacks that ball.
This dude hit that ball into fucking Skid Row, bro. That's how that home run went so deep you thought it went into the night. No, that shit landed in the fucking homeless encampment in fucking San Francisco. This motherfucker hit that ball so deep, it landed in fucking a sanctuary city. All right, I'm done with jokes. But, dude, that's crazy. I don't know where that was, but that is a homeless encampment that's right next to that baseball field.
You said chat GPT users, blah, blah, blah. They spend billions when... What? Psychosis from chat GPT?
Oh, yeah, this like chat GPT psychosis. Do you know that?
No.
That's another headline thing that came up this week. So ChatGPT psychosis is there are people who are becoming delusional by their constant interaction with ChatGPT.
I mean, it makes sense.
No, but living in full on other realities.
Just imagine when you're able to put your brain into a computer, how much people are going to...
I think that's coming.
I like Doug Stanhope. And this will be
I
the
think
last
for the Pope.
Night, but...
Yeah, for the Pope. Since we have a new Pope now, and he's an American Pope, there you go in the news. Here's the American Pope, Doug Stanhope.
Isn't it scary? This new Pope used to be a Nazi? And you go, not when you look at their track record side by side. The Nazis versus the Catholic Church. The Nazis only lasted a dozen years, and they got their ass handed to them in a high hat. Catholic Church has a far more prosperous and prestigious record of murder and torture and tyranny, not to mention the kid I'd be far more afraid to hear someone go, you know that new Nazi? He used to be a pope. Isn't it scary?
It's so true, though.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy's an American now. I think he's a White Sox fan from Chicago.
They didn't go with the conservative guy, though, right? There was a Trump supporter Pope that was trying to go, and he was black. He would have been the first black Pope, and yeah,
he loved Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, you know, they have so many choices, dude. You know, and they did that shit pretty quick. I don't know if you know, but it was just like I think they were in there for a day, and the last time when they picked Francis, I think they were in there for like a week. So this one was like a hands down. They won the American. And I'm happy he's a baseball fan. I like that. I'm not really a practicing Catholic or anything like that, but, you know, it's nice to know that Americans are making a comeback. You know, or Americans are making a comeback.
I wouldn't really call it a comeback. But, you know.
Some of us like to look at it as a comeback.
What are we coming back from? Look, unless the new Pope is going to completely get rid of the kid fucking, I don't really care who the Pope is, because
he might bring that back.
I don't know what South Park they brought that.
All right, dipshits.
Special thanks to a page on YouTube called Irreverent Lo-Fi Psych Life AI for sharing us. They shared our post on to their page.
Like and subscribe if you haven't already on fucking YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Mike's not commenting for a little while because they shut him down. He says you talk too much.
I'm back. I'm back, baby.
All right, dipshits. You can interact with them now, but it's a limited capacity because they will shut him down again eventually.
Absolutely. Have a good night, everybody.
Sunday, 9:30. Peace out, motherfuckers. Later, dipshits.